Continuing our What If Civilization Restarted series. And well, in a decision, this nation, we'll call the Beige Nation, offers to buy these lands. Because, well, it gives them access to the Green Empire to get some lands out of it. And well, they start to discuss over how to partition the Pink Nation, Yellow Nation, not pink, purple, yellow, beige nation start to talk about how to partition it, with these nations knowing about it but not being welcome to the talks. But they are going to get lands. So then there's a talk about what's going to happen. And while they have nothing they can say against or for it at this point, well, they've ever run invading, so I'm going to make one color. With the light purple nation starting its advance, along with the beige nation and the yellow nation. The yellow nation wants their former lands back that they got taken from them, and other lands of these nations advancing in, before they allow the other nations to join in, because they consider themselves the powers of their continent. Though are they really? The Orange Nation probably wouldn't agree, with the Green Nation not having a fun time. Because, well, they may have thought that they could continue to be like this, but they forgot one thing. Everyone was going to come after them. And them realizing it's not a good time to get peace, because if they do, they definitely are not going to be that great. And well, they start moving towards their more mountainous territory, with the capital of this nation being located there. They manage to take it. This nation surrenders. Under the agreement, their treaty isn't too harsh and they still manage to survive. So let's see the peace treaty to expand to. What they don't know is they can expand basically anywhere. With this nation over here wanting to create a coastal empire, by the looks of it. So they land in this nation. Well, they managed to start a colony over here. Well, if you think they're the only ones thinking about that as an option, well, they're not. This red nation, not red, purpley, reddy, pink, red, pink maybe this would be, decides to land over here. Quickly, this nation surrenders to it. And well, as you can see, that places two places. That has one there. With the yellow nation moving into this nation. Not because they want a lot of territory, but because they want control against the nation to the south. So they decide to annex to here. Now that's a lot, actually. And they decide to liberate there. This is what the main part of the nation looks like, minus its coast. And then they get rid of those areas, and they turn these into puppets. Well, they all stay the same color because they're puppets. And it's to not let this nation expand. But this nation decides to start expanding around into these areas, which are easy for them to expand into. Now, the yellow nation not being a fan of this and quickly invades that one, with this nation invading that one, as it quickly turns into a game of who invades what. As they decide to invade that one, this one, and well, they go after this one to secure another one, while the yellow nation goes after this nation here. And that might have been their land. With them being angry, they didn't manage to conquer them all back. But the truth is, they're becoming strong again. Soon there'll be a full coalition against them. one of these two nations, because they're both too strong for what every other nation would probably like or prefer. With this nation deciding to invade that one, thinking it'll be much weaker than it looks. With this, Northern European nation deciding to invade too. But quickly, this nation cuts across and does this. And that nation only got a fraction of the land. Then this nation gets pushed back by this red nation. With them getting pushed back almost all the way out of this colony, they realized they underestimated their opponent. With this nation deciding to kick this nation out of there. Well, they're gaining land. They're gaining lands on them. With a peace treaty happening. And well, they draw it along this line over here. You may see here, it's more. And then here. They probably lost about what they've gained. And they make that into another colony. And this nation annexes it, believing that once it becomes stable, they might let it be. With this nation moving in against that nation. And quickly, the orange nation's like, we should also join. But then their only way in easily gets taken by this nation. So they decide to land here. And lots of the soldiers don't make it through here. But then they decide to land here. Probably a better spot. And well, quickly they connect these two fronts. And then they move in and do that. With them advancing here to try to get to the other coast. Hearing that there's another coast over there. And well, they managed to arrive to it. While this orange nation, during this time, manages to advance to here. And then the front line stops here. And well, now for the peace treaty. And for it to be easy, I decide we'll draw the borders here. Not exact. And now they decide to split this new area into 3 colonies. The blue nation does. The orange nation splits this into 2 colonies. Because they think that's more efficient. Them having a colonization rivalry, but not willing to fight over it, neither side is. Well, this nation found a weak nation over here. And you may say, what nation was it? Well, the orange nation found it. And started having fun as they take over this area. And they land here to take over that area. With the orange nation being everywhere. To try to contain their rival in this region, this nation here decides to invade here. And they already have an empire. And they find this nation and they decide to invade this nation up here. And then tell that nation to the south. Because they know this is a strong nation. They predict it's a strong nation. With them becoming allies. Them working pretty hard. Well, the orange country managed to do quite the bargain. Until about there. Some lands they didn't do so well in. But for most of the treaty, they did very well. Well, not the right color. Well, with this nation deciding to sign a kind of alliance in the region. And they start trading through that area. That nation planning a big attack on that nation and the collapse of it. Well, so far a lot has happened in this video. But there's 2 countries left that haven't been taken over yet. The Green Nation and this Pink Nation. The Green Nation decides to send an alliance request to this empire, and they both agree. Well, not much happened here, except that nation decided to take this over, and that nation took that over. Well, here they pushed in to keep that nation down because they fear it's really strong. And we'll keep getting strong. Well, that's pretty much all for today's video. Please like, subscribe, and comment. Wild Mapper out, but not until you subscribe. Bye, guys!